Hey guys, Coach Adam coming to you. We've got Lee, the co-owner of Rare CrossFit, and Dr. Jericho with the Live by Design Chiropractor. And today, we brought Jericho in because we are on a mission to make Fredericksburg the healthiest and fittest city in America. We're building a fit community, and one of our partners is Dr. Jericho. So thanks for being here, Jericho.
Of course. Always a pleasure.
And we got exciting news. So if you guys notice, we have our amazing new, completely rare experience shirts. Thanks to Mitchell and Mike Silverman of Complete Nutrition Fredericksburg. You guys check this out on the back. So we see this, we're building a fit community. And we have our partners here, so Complete Nutrition, the Live by Design Chiropractor, Travis with Fusion Physical Therapy, and of course Rare. So we are on a mission to make Fredericksburg healthy and fit. And we love it. So Dr. Jericho, tell us a little about you. How did you actually get into chiropractic?
Yeah, so when I was actually in high school, I was playing football. And of course, in small town Alabama where I'm from, and you go to play football, a lot of the coaches are like, hey, just go lift, go work out, and then started taking some hits. And what ended up happening was my lower back actually started to misplace a little bit. So when we look at the spine, everything should be lined up, looks great, but my lower back actually started to misplace just a little bit. Of course, playing sports, keep going, rub some dirt on it, one of those kinds of things. Started shifting a little more and to the point that I got to where I couldn't even lay in bed longer than 3 hours without my lower back just hurting. After that, I visited a chiropractor. We took some x-rays, measured everything, and started working on bringing this back into normal alignment. And ever since then, I haven't had any issues with the lower back, which was always my biggest complaint. And I can lay in bed longer than 3 hours. So I always thought, hey, there's something to this, and decided to go to chiropractic school so that I could help others.
So it's awesome hearing that story too, Jericho. It's funny, so when we first met, I remember I was like, chiropractor. I injured my back wrestling in high school.
Yep.
It still bothers me to this day. But I had never been to a chiropractor because I was afraid, but also of one of the terms you say all the time, which is what? The rack 'em.
Rack 'em and crack 'em. That's right.
And you're not that type of chiropractor.
Absolutely not. We are very specific in what we do at the office, and so we do actually go in and we take x-rays. We see exactly how things are misaligned, and then throughout care we re-x-ray, so you actually get to see the changes to your spine as we are aligning it back up.
Awesome. You were kind of the same, weren't you, Lee? Because you don't like people messing with your neck, do you?
Cracking my neck. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to be paralyzed.
Yeah.
But I'm not paralyzed.
But I'm not paralyzed.
Which is a
We
good
go
thing.
every week to see Dr. J, and especially doing CrossFit and lifting weights, it's really important to stay in alignment.
Yeah, and the main thing is having that to where we never get to the point to where we're having issues, because our biggest goal is the spine is a lot like teeth. And so we want to make sure things are in perfect alignment so that as we're lifting and going throughout life, we're not having things slip out and ending up, it's more of like a prehab so that we're never to the point where we are getting injured. So that's our main thing, is we want to make sure everything's aligned up. And when everything's lined up, we end up working better, especially with lifting and things, because we're having that axial force coming down through the spine. When things are lined up, they work great. And that's what we want to keep doing, is making sure that everyone's lined up so that their lifts are working great, the muscles are actually working great, and that axial force is traveling through the spine exactly how it should be.
Gotcha. So Jericho, it's funny that we've had a couple people say though too, again, my first impression was chiropractor, you only go when you're broken, they fix you, things like that.
Yeah.
And that's not what we do. And a lot of people have asked us like, hey, I don't need the chiropractor. Or we've had people tell us here at the gym, well, hey, after somebody gets not hurt, but if they're out of whack or something or injured, we'll send them to you. We're like, that's not why we're recommending them come to you. Yeah. We're recommending them come to you, like you said, to sustain and prehab, and to keep you straight, because all of us are a little out of whack. Maybe you had a car accident that bumped your hips or your back.
Maybe you were like me and you were playing football and you took some hits, or maybe you were playing soccer and you had a slide tackle or something like that, and it could have thrown you out just a little bit. And we know that only 20% of the nerves in our body actually deal with pain. The rest deal with how we function. So they go to muscles and they go to other things. So our goal is we never want to get to that 20% where we are in pain. We want to make sure that you're functioning as best as you can.
Awesome. So,
Dr. Jericho, didn't you have a patient that came to you that another doctor had recommended back surgery? She's been in pain for so long, had a numbness down her leg, and after she came for her first appointment, she went out to the car, called her husband in tears.
Yeah, that is something that we do see. Is we typically see a lot of people who, they go in and they're just basically, hey, you got to have surgery, or you got to get these shots, or something along those lines. And what they're looking for is not the same thing that we're looking for. We're looking at that alignment to see exactly how things are, and we've learned that like once we start moving that back, that it starts taking pressure off that nerve, and they start to feel that, oh, well, now I don't have to go get surgery, because it is a totally different view than what the medical profession is looking at from what we look at. So,
right.
Yeah, we have had people who have went out to their cars and cried because they were like, whoa, I don't have to get this surgery now. So that's something that's been absolutely amazing. And they can go back to their normal life of actually lifting and doing the things that they love to do, which is what we really love to see. Is we want people doing the things they love to do, so that they're not having to be like, oh, now I can't go work out, or oh, I can't even pick up my kids, or something like that.
Yeah. So, hey, let's step back a little bit, Jericho. You and I, we've known each other, a little over a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you moved up here from Alabama just about a year ago, right?
Yeah. Well, I moved up here about around 3 years ago, but it's been not too long.
Okay. And I know the first time we met, I saw your passion for actually helping people, right? And I know Lee's seen that as well. So as we started talking, we kind of had this vision, this mission, like what brought you in? Like why did you want to be a part of it?
Yeah, so, the biggest thing is we know that, the biggest thing with all of us partnering together is that we know that we can create better lives for people. And so we know that when we're healthier, that our health is our greatest asset. And our health is a multifaceted thing. It's not just like, oh, well, I know that I need to work out, or, oh, I need to do this. It's very multifaceted, and there's many parts to our health. But we know that if we are able to work out and we are able to do these things, that we're going to be, not only are we going to be better, but we're going to want to do better for others, which will create better lives for the whole community around us. And that's where we really want to go, is because when you lose your health, you can't be there for your loved ones. You can't be there for the people that you truly care about. And so when we have our health, then we can actually be there for others. And that's why we're really all in this together, is because that's what we want as a community, is when we're healthy, we can actually take care of others and do more for everyone.
Yeah, I love it. And the beautiful thing about it is, again, we want people to be healthy and fit and live long lives.
Mm-hmm.
We just happen to do it through fitness. You just happen to do it through chiropractic care.
Yep.
Travis happens to do it through physical therapy, and
Yes.
Complete Nutrition, and Mitchell happen to do it through supplementation and helping out with diet.
Yeah.
So it's pretty awesome. So it's a great trio. We've realized a lot of things. None of this works if you're not aligned with core values and things like that. And we've had long conversations about what it is we actually want to do for the Fredericksburg community. And it truly means a lot to us, as we do want to change lives. That's why, we put in the long hours. I've been here since 4:30 this morning. What it's going on 8 o'clock tonight,
Yep.
right? Yep. Hey, Jericho, so another question. I think this will help the audience as well as they watch and listen. Excuse me, including me. I know I injured my back wrestling in high school, and I've come to you, and that has been some of it, but you also noticed there were other things going on. And then Lee had the same thing, where she had a problem with her back, so she thought, right?
And it's actually this right side of the hip that the pelvis tends to shift.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I go, it's the same complaint, the same area.
Yeah, so, and that's what we really look at. Like I said, so we take the x-rays so that we can see, so that when we have the spine, if this is shifted, then of course when we're squatting and things on that, then it's not going to do as well. We know through research that when this is sitting like that your squat is not going to be as powerful. The muscles of the legs are not going to be able to work as well. But we also know that these nerves go to many other things. They go to our reproductive organs, our intestines, and things like that. So again, when we x-ray, we measure it, we see exactly where we're at, and we get started working so that we start moving this back to where it belongs.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. We had another coach here at Rare, and she actually, her back was bothering her for a while, a little bit younger, and she would push through. And we recommend to go see you. You know, I think a lot of people think it's going to be forever, and it's not.
Yeah.
But she went out and saw you. She was probably there 15 minutes,
Yeah.
and her hips were out of alignment.
Yeah.
And my goodness, that totally changed the game for her.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, like, even when these hips get thrown off, this is your foundation. Like, you walk, you do everything on these, and we're built, you know, we stand on this all day. And so when we're working out and we're doing things, like, this is where we are. When we sit down, we're sitting on that. And so throughout time, we want to make sure that these are in alignment, because when they're out, you know, we put pressure in the wrong areas. And so that's why it's so important to make sure that we are in alignment. And another great thing is that when we're working out and we're running and we're doing things like that, it actually helps rehydrate a lot of these lumbar discs, where you hear a lot of people say, oh, well, I have degeneration, or oh, I have arthritis, or some of those things. And it's like, we know when we work out that the spine actually holds in place better. And so that's why we love partnering, you know, especially with Rare, because we want things to hold in place as we're fixing it.
Yeah.
So by working out, staying strong, and getting regular alignments, that's going to cut back on degeneration of the discs and the rubbing together.
Yeah, it'll help cut back on degeneration, and you'll see a lot of the spinal problems actually, you know, people won't be waking up when they're 50, 60, 70 years old and being like, oh, well, now I have all these pains that I have to live with for the rest of my life.
Right, right.
So
what would you say to some people as well, including myself? For the longest time, I thought, hey, I can just go see the chiropractor or you know, whatever, one time, and I'll be okay. And you kind of changed my mindset on that as well.
Yeah, so what we know is, we know that the spine, again, so it's a lot like the teeth, and we know that we go to the dentist regularly to check, see, well, when we have a cavity, and we know the cavities at the beginning don't end up causing pain. That's the reason they do fillings and they do all those things. So the spine is the exact same way. We know that only 20% of the nerves in our entire body deal with pain. And so we want to make sure that we never get to that point. So that's the reason we make sure things are aligned, so that we don't get to that point to where there is pain on that nerve.
Right. So you kind of, like said, with coming in and working out with us, like I said, every week, a couple times a week. It's also what you've told us is, so now we go see you every week. It's literally, what, 6 or 7 minutes? Yeah, for maintenance. Yeah. And my gosh, I mean, we feel amazing, right? Because like you said, things slip though too, right? We always have a weakness. Mine's my lower back. Lee's, it's your hips, right? And we tend to, through stress, lack of sleep, sitting too much.
Yeah, and that's how we end up getting those, is that when we have stress on the body, or those what we like to call micro traumas, and it's when, hey, we know that when we sit for long periods of time, the body starts to break down. We're not designed to just be sitting all day. And so it's whether we take a wrong step, or we ride in the car, or we get stuck on 95 traffic for an hour and a half. You know, when we're on 95 traffic, your foot is stuck up on that gas pedal, or up on, you know, the brake, and so that actually shifts your hips down. So when we do those things, again, that's what we call micro traumas, or small things over time, which will eventually break the body down.
Right. Wow. It's crazy.
And the stress of being on the 95 too.
And the stress of being on 95.
Not just, so the mental stress. Oh my gosh.
Being tense on that steering wheel.
So if you're getting your body stronger, training with us, you're going to get out of whack a little bit from stress or whatever, you go see Jericho for prehab, not when you're injured. You know, not when you need it. It's for prehabbing, right?
Yes.
He's not your rack 'em and crack 'em doctor. He wants to look at more. And it's amazing, too, how much the spine does deal with not just your back, right? It's nerves. It's all sorts of things.
I mean, this is the pathway in which your brain literally tells your entire body what to do. It is that information pathway that we have. So our goal is, we want to make sure that this pathway is working at its optimum as best as it can.
Yeah. Got anything else to add, Lee?
And that was a former patient, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
They're looking a little thin.
Yeah. They never went and worked out. So.
Doesn't look like they ate either.
So, Dr. Jericho, when you have a new client come into your office, what do you do?
Yeah, so when someone comes in, we do have a couple forms that they have to fill out. We take a very extensive case history to where we find out exactly what's going on with the person and what other things they may be having going on. Then what we do is we actually do a neurological scan of all the nerves that was developed by NASA to assess these nerves, to see if there is pressure on the nerve. After that, we take you back to our in-house digital x-ray unit where we take x-rays and see exactly how things are misaligned so that we pinpoint exactly what's going on. Again, we're not a rack 'em and crack 'em style office. We like to see exactly, hey, what exactly is going on? We get very specific and we work on moving that back to where it belongs.
Because they may have a certain complaint, but it might be a cause and effect of something else. Right?
Exactly. So we want to find exactly the root cause and get to the root cause of the issue.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So, hey guys, Coach Adam, Coach Lee, Dr. Jericho. The next Rare Experience is coming up April 7th, this Saturday, and April 21st. We run 2 of those every month of the year. We're going to be doing more of those, but twice a month here at Rare.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. on Saturdays. Check that out. We'll be having more coming up. Again, more boot camps as well. Jericho, if you need a consultation, go see him, drop in and see him. He'll take care of you. And again, guys, we're on a mission to make Fredericksburg the healthiest and fittest city in America. We need your help to do that. We need your support. And hey, we appreciate all of you guys. Thanks for your time. And again, go see Jericho. Come see Lee.
He's the man.
And she's the woman. See you guys. Cool. Anything else you want to add? Great job.
That was good.
Yeah.
You should see. How did you like being on camera?
You
I
did
don't
great,
like
babe.
being on
You
camera.
did great.
I can't watch myself.
But you did great.
I just get nervous.
So did Jericho and I've already peed myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it.
Where's Fred? Where's Joe?
Yeah, where's Joe? And so you just let me know when you're ready. Give me.
Seriously.
Yeah. Whoa. Hey guys. So I see that you stayed for the end. Our next guest coming up will be Travis. So be on the lookout for that video.
Okay, that was great, but who's Travis?
Dang it.
Dang
it.
I know. So
Dang it.
Travis,
With
Fusion
Fusion
Physical
Physical
Therapy.
Dang it. Yeah.
It is
think
Better
that's
You
funny.
program.
Yeah. So, whoa. Hey guys. Dr. Jericho here and Lee. We're glad that you stayed till the very end of the video. Now, what I wanted you to know is that our next guest will be Travis with Fusion Physical Therapy. So if you stayed to this very end of the video, give us a like, maybe a thumbs up, maybe even drop us a comment. Stay tuned. Next guest, Travis, Fusion Physical Therapy.
You're not gonna say that?
Cut.
That's good. That's awesome.